One shot. Let's begin. The Nightmare of Fabrication, an omnipresence in water by Abe Yoshitoshi. All right, we are doing some spring festival 1987 to 2000 one shots. The last artist we had a bunch of nudity in their thing, and so I went to just Abe, who I said was gonna do last time. So we're gonna do this here. The Nightmare of Fabrication, DC 1029. All right, let's begin. Oh no! Oh no! Not the dog.
I want to talk to someone. Who can I talk to? Shuko-san? No, she hates me from the bottom of her heart. Mom? Or Dad? Mom won't tell me where Dad is now. I can't talk to her anymore. Kyoko-chan? Yuchi-kun? I've left everyone behind. And what about Masato-chan? Masato-chan wasn't a mirage. I went over to her house. We went out to shop. Didn't we buy some pastels? I didn't dream it. The smell of oil pastels. It's still fresh in my mind. Yes, but when did it take place? No one else knows who Masato-chan is. Are my memories disjointed? When did I get this head wound? I feel so disconnected. I don't think there's anything keeping me grounded here. If I'm not grounded, I'll just disappear, right? I'm not connected. I'm not connected to anybody. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Okay, I guess. Wait, just a bit, my sweet. Ooh. It won't hurt. 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 All done. Let's see. Bike Chan. Bike Chan. Whoa. Bike Chan. Bike Chan. Bike Chan. Whoa. Bike Chan. I'll let you walk next. Then I'll install an AI and we can talk to each other. Then I'll make Dad. After that, I'll make Yuji-kun and Misato-chan. And a nice Kyoko-chan and a nice mother. I'll talk with all of them, and they won't be able to hurt me. That way I can connect again. Isn't that right, Bike-chan? Learn! Bike-chan! No! No! Bike Chan, I am so Lane. Who's there? Lane, are you sad because you broke your doll? Yes, I am. Do you want it back? Tet Odunaka Ryu? Yes, I can. Uh, things can break. Things that break can't come back. The dead can't be brought back to life. Those are the rules of this world that I don't have to follow. I speak to a higher authority. Are you God? You could call me that if you wish to. Now give me your hand. There. From now on, that is the only one. We could secretly dispose of the broken one. No one will know about the one you killed. If no one knows, it can be the same as if it never happened at all. No, you're wrong. There's only one Bike Chan. A substitute isn't the same as bringing him back to life. It's okay to break the rules, but if you do, you'll have your doll again. No one will know. Liar! I'll know! I'll still have the memories! Then we'll rewrite your memory too. If you don't remember, that will make it real. Don't look so afraid, Lane. You've done this many times. No! How can you prove me wrong? All you are aware of is what you are aware of. It's all lies! I've had. That's the mic again, sorry. It's all lies! I've had this bike chain since I was born. Since forever. Is that so? Doesn't look that old to me. Maybe you killed the doll before, or maybe you weren't born as long as you think. Where is the birth record? No! Who knows when you were born? Stop! Who has a single memory of you? Where are the people you think about? Where is your father? Where are your friends? No! Stop it! I'm me! I'm myself! This is the only reality. A memory is just a record. Thoughts and feelings restrict operation. Where your thoughts end and reality begins is a very thin line. Lane, everyone can overcome that barrier. Even if you forget this talk we had, you'll know. As long as I create the world as I want it to be, you and I are. Thank God. Just a dream. Bike-chan! I'm so glad. The bad dream is over now. A broken bell. I couldn't figure out why it was there. I remembered having a terrifying dream, but none of the details. I didn't want to think about it, so I buried it under the swings out in the backyard. No one will ever know. If no one knows, it could be the same as if it never happened at all. So, I'm secretly writing my memories. I buried that scary dream because it never happened. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. I think that this is like what is this? This 18-page short can be found in Lamley Wire Art Book. It's a bonus story which is released at the end of the game. It shows characters who are included in the PS game, but not in the TV series. Also, determine a character from the anime who didn't appear in the video game. The Nightmare Fabrication. In the Lane Omnipresence Art Book. So this is a video game? That's cool. Well, I'll look at this in a second. Let me just make sure I put this in a separate tab. Omnipresence. And then we can get back to this here. Okay. I think I like this here. I think it's a very scary concept. It's a very scary idea with very minimalistic characters, and I think this is something that um, might be for better or for worse, like relatable to like a lot of people. And I think this entire thing is right. Like at first, it's just the like I want to talk to someone. Who can I talk to, right? And then you go down the list of everybody, and it's like no, I can't talk to everybody. I've left everyone behind, right? I think that's like okay. We've all felt that sense of loneliness before, right? Or it's like hey, I have no one I could turn to. But then it goes even further here. It's like wait a minute, were they real? Did they exist? And that's where it starts to get a little bit crazier here, right? Or like, were they ever a part of my life, this side or the other? And I guess if you want to go to some sort of existential loneliness too, you could say something like, wow, I hung out with this person for months and months on end. I hung out with this person for years on end, and now they're gone from my life, right? They're completely done. And all I have to remember them is this. And what is this? I don't know. It could be anything, right? Like, in this case, like, I just want to, I got like a Yamato keychain here, right? Yamato, one of the best characters. And then, maybe like, this could be the last memento of somebody that I once knew, right? Like, hey, you were great. We were like, in our lives for a while, but no, then they're gone, right? And I think that could be the sense of like, that. We're like, oh no, are they real? Were they real? The fact they're here. And this idea of like, hey, I'll just disappear, right? Like, what happens? Will anybody really care? I'm not connected to anybody. That sense of dread and loneliness, and I don't know what this is going here. Rewrite the record here. So is this computer like is this superpower to like rewrite stuff or something here? Because rewrite the record, it feels like maybe he summoned the ghost or what they call God. It's tech genius, sure. I think that's reasonable here. And it's what is it? It's strongly implied he like killed everybody or they all died or something like that. And he tried to bring them back, but he couldn't, even with robots, right? So this is like Frankenstein wasn't a human type stuff here. And those are the rules of this world. I can't speak unless it's an isekai or something here, which I
kind of doubt it was, you know. Are you God? You could call me that. And I think this is like another scary thing. No one know about the one you kill. Like, okay, wait a minute, is this person crazy? Did they kill somebody, or is this dog a stand for somebody else, right? And this is another that it is true, right? You can prove Mahari, whatever that is. It's all lies, blah blah. Maybe you've killed the dog before. Maybe you weren't born as long as you think, right? And it's like, okay, he's like trying to change his memories. Where's the birth record? Who knows when you were born, right? And he says, "I'm myself. This is the only reality." And I think that's fair, right? That's like I forget who said it. Like, I am because I think I am, or something like that, or I think therefore I am. I forget what it was here, but it's like, yeah, the only thing you have is up here, right? Because everything else could be conditional. But I like this bit of philosophy. A memory is just a record, right? Where your thoughts and reality begins is a very thin line. And I think that's an important part. And I never thought about it this way. Your memory is just a record, right? About what happened and how it could shift continuously. And like, how do we know that like what happened in the past? Well, we have a record in our little brains here. But you know, countless studies have shown like our memory is very fickle. We can imagine things that never happened to us, right? We can rewrite our own record to be what it wants it to be, right? And you know, and if it's like a written record, it could conflict with like a bunch of other things. Like one small like little record where I thought about this is that like back when I was high school, chess team here, I told like a story to one of the other people on the chess team, and it was like a funny story freshman year. Then like they got interviewed, they told that to like the newspaper person, and then they used like my story, and the person wrongly attributed that story to them instead of me. And so now the record will show that they experienced that when they just did it, right? And it's like, okay, so that official record is going to change what's happening long term, right? And that's really, really interesting. And I also wonder too when records conflict, right? Which is why relationships don't always like work out. Not necessarily like romantic relationships, but like any sort of interpersonal relationships. Like, oh, it's like that stereotype people say, like where like the mom or dad isn't very good, or like, oh, I didn't do that to you, right? No, 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 you're imagining that, or like, oh, you were just a brat. Or maybe it's like somebody experiences something and one person overthinks it, think it's the worst thing ever, and the other person doesn't think twice of it, right? And that record is just conflicting, and changes things, right? And I think that's really interesting. The fact that if you view it as a record, like so much kind of changes. It's kind of cool, right? But yeah, that is really awesome. That is really awesome there. Um, so let me go and we're gonna look at this omnipresence in the wire thing just a little bit because I just still don't quite know what it is, to be honest. So omnipresence in the wired, serial experiments lane art book. Um, it says feel free to edit this page here or information on them, which I kind of like that they put it in here. The book doesn't even have a content pages, which is kind of cool. So the person went page by page to put this in here. And this is the kind of cool stuff here. Difference between two editions, whatever. If we go to like the game, which I'm actually more curious at here, is this like a serial experiments link? It's mostly in a random order that allow the player to piece together Lane Iwakura's story here. Oh, that's kind of cool. The player confronts Lane Avatar and navigates a hierarchical system of computer files. The events of the game follow Iwakura Lane and her psychiatrist, Yonora Toko. The following is a rough summary of the games and is related to Keisuke Shindo. Okay, well, we're not going to spoil that forever here. So the file system. I don't know. The game explains many elements in the anime that are taken for granted and left unexplained. It could be considered an alternate timeline to the anime, perhaps when Lane is incarnated in a different environment. In the game's review, that Lane cuts her own hair, the longer locks hair clips from the right to the left. Okay. Lane's mysterious talents refer to her auditory hallucinations. Let's click on the anime here before we go too deep here. Serial Experiment Lane. Is the anime series directed by original character design? Oh, by Yoshi Abe. This broadcast had 13 episodes here. The opening is a duvet. Okay. Reality, identity, communication. And her oops. Let's go back to the. Oh snap! Let's go back to the anime. A global communication similar to the internet here. Inexpressive sister, cold mother here. Its license restored, which only shares that these protagonists would never released outside of Japan. Okay, here we go. Deals right with the definition of reality, which makes it a complex plot difficult to summarize. The story is primarily based on the assumption that everything flows from human memory and consciousness. Therefore, an event on screen can be considered hallucinations of Lane or other protagonists, or of Lane fabricate the hallucination of other. Story misdirection is central to the plotline. Even the off-screen voice or narrative information cannot be considered truthful. The series consists of cross-reflection of philosophical themes. Traditional events episodes are called layers. That's kind of cool. So like it's like a super multi-layered anime where like you don't know who to trust. Like you're kind of going through hallucination, and the idea of whose memory are we following, right? So it goes under the unreliable narrator trope, which I think is kind of cool. I feel like this would be one where I'd be kind of confused and be like, wait, what's going on here? And then maybe it'd be one of those things where you watch it and make like a hour long video essay about it here. It's like the the anime that makes you question reality, or the anime that did this, that, or the other here. And they got the scripts of everything here, right? That's kind of cool. Um, and the person who wrote this too is also like kind of like I like how they're putting their personality here. It's an outstanding psycho horror film. All right, cool. It's one of the 25 anime TV series that have been essentially immune over the last decade. A new style of anime, more digitally produced shows with a glossy bloom. In the wake of Neon Genesis tearing up this typical anime playbook, Lane pursues a surreal interior cyberpunk story about a withdrawn high school girl who receives an email from her classmate who recently committed suicide. Questions hyperreality, consciousness, and the everyday tangibility of cyberspace ensue. Lane is pretentious, symbolic, and absorbing, a prime example of a brave new world in anime. Okay, that's cool. Nice. And I guess we just discovered all of this stuff going on here. And I guess that's everything. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.